welcome back to another income report video, and any excuse to cling on to the Halloween theme just one more time. Today we're going to be looking at this October's KDP results selling low and medium content books in 2024, and in this video I'll also share how much I spent on advertising, where I made the most sales, and how much I made this October in comparison to 2023. And if you're guessing that this year was lower, you'd be right. But how much lower? We will see. So I don't really have many Halloween books. I did have a colouring book that I used to run ads to that was a Halloween style colouring book, but that did not have any sales this year, I don't think. But I wasn't running ads to it, so pretty much it was just the usual stuff selling, except I did have to unpublish a book that was one of my top 10 main sellers often, and it was definitely, I think, in the top 5 in December last year. So that's definitely going to have some impact over my sales. So if you haven't seen the video where I talk about that, I'll link to that somewhere here on the screen now. And just going back to the October goals that I talked about in the previous income report. So I said I was going to publish 5 books, and I did publish 5 books. One of those books was a planner that started selling organically actually before I was running ads to it. And I have started running ads to it, and the ACOS is really low, around 9%. So for a lot of the month I did concentrate on adding A+ content to books that didn't have it. I was also concentrating a lot on merch, as I talked about here. So I've only got up to 400 something designs at the moment. So I have 1,000 slots right now, and I think I need 80% of those filled in order to tier up. I have made the sales to tier up, but I just don't have the actual designs live, so I've been trying to upload those. So I think I've uploaded around 100 new designs or something like that recently, and the results have been really meager. I sold 1 hoodie, but that was then returned. That was really sad. And then I also ran some ads because I hadn't done many merch ads before, so I thought I'd try that. And I did it with some Christmas shirts. The ACOS was high, so I ended up turning those off. And all the sales I made were directly from ads. They didn't kind of start selling organically or anything like that, so it wasn't very exciting. Then today I did just make a sale from a brand new design, just completely organically. And I don't think anything beats that feeling when you sell a brand new design, and it doesn't matter what the royalty is. It could be $1, but it's just the best feeling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clue from this organic sale that I made and go into that niche, because I don't have any other t-shirts in that particular niche. So obviously that's a clue that perhaps I should be designing in that area. I'm not going to post any November goals now or December, because I'm just going to be trying to focus on increasing my ads. I might publish some new books, I'm not sure, but I'm not going to put any pressure on myself to do so. Even though I'm not setting any targeted goals, I'll let you know what happens. As far as surprises go, I think despite everything to the contrary, like Amazon adding VAT to the listing prices on certain books in the UK and Europe, and me having to unpublish a book as well, things went pretty well considering that reality. Of course, I was going to have lower sales, and I think that's been the case throughout many months of this year anyway. But on the whole, it's been pretty good, and also my Q4 sales don't tend to really increase until November, so I can't tell what impact this is having yet. I think the next 2 months will really be telling as far as that goes. So I am still having problems with Amazon reports. I'll hop onto there and show you what my screen looks like. So this is the state of my KDP reports on the back end at the moment. I still can't see them. I have contacted KDP chat and I spoke to them. They said that they would manage to sort it out for me in the next 2 days, but this is the 3rd day now, I think, and it's still not done, so I'm really doubting whether it's actually going to be resolved. So I'm just using Publisher Champ to look at my results from last month. So this is the results from last month. The amount I made via paperbacks was $6,925, and the highest day was here, $520. So that was quite early on in the month. And I'm going to just look at spending as well. So this was the total spending, $1,117, and the highest spend day was $56, somewhere in the middle there. while this ad spend is quite high, for me, it's kind of been quite standard recently, and I'm guessing that's going to go up in the next couple of months during Q4. But I actually haven't had that many running in the USA, so I have just started a whole bunch of new ads. I'm going to do a video quite soon about some of the ads that I've created and how they've helped me to identify some new niches and finding winning keywords that you can use to create new campaigns. So there are ways in which running ads can sometimes give you some good ideas for books you hadn't even thought of, and I'm going to talk about that. Obviously, you do have to invest into them first because that's the only way that you can get the data that you need in order to get the search terms that Amazon has suggested. So last year I sold more books. It was 16% down this year, and also my ad spend is higher, and that's just been much higher this year. And there's lots of reasons for that, and there's lots of reasons why the sales are a bit lower, including, of course, having to change some of my prices because of the VAT added to the listings in the UK. And by the way, I'm still seeing so many books where they've not changed their prices at all. And so if you do have books and you haven't looked at them, you haven't seen that your listing price has changed, please go in and have a look. You might have to go onto the UK and use a UK postcode and in order to actually see your listing price. Because if you're looking from the USA, for example, in the UK, I'm not sure that it's actually going to show you the accurate listing price with the VAT added. It might do, I'm not sure, because obviously I'm in the UK. I'm not sure what it looks like from your end. The royalties initially are 1% higher, but I spent a lot more on ads. So the spending on ads, as you can see, was over 100% more than the previous year. So after spending, my total profit was $5,800 this year versus $6,300 last year. So that's 7% down. I mean, it could be worse, right? Also, with the advertising in total, this is definitely unprofitable as well. I lost some money in October for sure, but that's only on some of the ads. So some of the ads were overspending, and some of those were because I'd recently changed them, and also I'd been trying some new ads. So sometimes you are going to be losing money if you're starting new ad campaigns, or maybe you're trying to tweak things and it ends up being more. That's the thing with Amazon, is your ads are going to go up and down. Also, you're going to have multiple ads, so some of them are going to be profitable for you and other ones aren't until you've actually tweaked them and worked them out. Ultimately, I'm aiming for break even or slightly profitable, but sometimes overall you're going to have some ads that are not going to be profitable, and that's okay. That's going to happen. There's no way around it. And you have to look at the bigger picture as well. Ultimately, how many indirect orders are you getting through the advertising? I have 400 orders from ads direct. There are going to be many more that are not direct orders. There is no way of measuring that. But in relation to how many books are actually sold, it's only a fraction of those books. And these are the country stats for last month. So this is the United States, which was around $2,000. The UK is making up 61% of the sales last month. Canada was $294. Australia $193. But as you can see, in the United States, I only spent $200 on advertising versus the UK, where I spent nearly $800. But equally, I made a lot more sales. So is this related to how much I'm spending on ads? It might be. So aside from advertising, the other expenses I have are just my tools, and I'll link to that in the description of this video. But they tend to fluctuate between $100, $130 or so, something like that, depending on what tools I'm subscribed to. There aren't that many monthly subscriptions that I have. Some of the main tools I use were just a one-off price, such as Publisher Rocket or Tangent Templates. They were just a one-off fee. The main monthly subscription ones now are things like ChatGPT and Midjourney. Let me know how October was for you. I know quite a few people have been affected by the listing prices being increased in the UK in particular. And it's really difficult when some of your competitors' books may not have been impacted if yours are. And that seems to have happened in many cases as well. So I've not looked into this anymore, and I don't understand the details any more than that I've already shared. All of the books that I published in October did not have the VAT added at all. I have made the effort to change my prices, so although I miss out a little bit as far as royalties go, I think it worked out as less than 20 pence per book, which will add up, but it's not that bad. that's all for now, guys. But if this is your first time here and you're interested in KDP or similar ventures online, then please do consider subscribing. I think only 20% of people that watch my videos are subscribed. So please do give the video a like if you want to. And have a great rest of your week. I hope that Q4 is starting to ramp up for you. And I will speak to you again very soon.